people like this in our society, in our academic environment. We don't want such people. Even if you can have a boyfriend that will buy you a Louis Vuitton and you dump him tomorrow, he don't have a right to kill you. We are denying bail. If they give him bail, we are going to kill him.
The bustling city of Newcastle was a breeding ground for corruption, and the ambitious sought to make it sustainable by 2030. Among its residents was Ntokozo Mayenzi Xaba, whose life they snuffed out before she could even celebrate her 21st birthday. Xaba's future was stolen from her after her mutilated body was discovered in a university residence 4 days after she disappeared. Her name will not be honored with any diploma, but it will always be linked with other women whose lives were tragically cut short by men. Her family and Women for Change spread the news of her devastating death on various social media platforms, while others remained silent. A former Blue Bulls County District's rugby player is facing charges of murder and will soon face justice. Until then, Xaba's voice remains silenced forever, her smile forever extinguished. Relief washed over Naledi Xaba as the sun disappeared from view. Her friends had agreed to her request to let the ex-boyfriend come and talk. Little did they know it would be her last night on Earth. Police spokesperson Cole Dimakatso shared details of the crime when speaking to the media. The morning after, Naledi's body was discovered with stab wounds on her neck. Naledi's cousin revealed a disturbing story of a 2-year relationship that had turned abusive, as well as allegations of stalking by the suspect, which led to Naledi running away from him every time he came around. But the police were not able to save her, and now her family is still grieving for someone who could have been saved if they had prevailed only justice. Mayenzi Xaba was a vibrant young woman, full of laughter and ambition, but when her cousin last heard from her, the news she was receiving made her heart sink. Mayenzi had been talking to a man who was abusive towards her, and she refused to open up about it on account of his possessive nature. Her cousin later found her beaten and stabbed in her bed with blood dripping down the door handle. The Blue Bulls Rugby Union issued a statement denouncing gender-based violence, but it did little to comfort those who knew Mayenzi best, for they remembered her boundless energy, sense of purpose, and loyal spirit. Willem Strauss, president of the Rugby Union, expressed his condolences to the Xaba family and all those affected by her passing. It was an indescribable tragedy that shook the nation to its core. It was an irreparable loss for a family whose dreams of watching their beloved child grow and blossom had been crushed. The world was devastated to hear about such an unimaginable event, where a promising life had been taken away too soon. As we all tried to comprehend this incomprehensible situation, Tshwane University of Technology provided consolation to those suffering unbearable grief, hosting a special memorial service in memory of Ntokozo Mayenzi Xaba. All we can do is hope and pray that God's love will bring solace to the family in this trying hour and eventually fill the emptiness left behind. The tragic story of Ntokozo Xaba, or Mayenzi as she was known, stirred a mighty crusade to bring attention to gender-based violence in South Africa. Although the injustice had been ignored for years as one of the most perilous threats to women worldwide, the Xaba family partnered with organizations like Women for Change to raise awareness and disseminate their call to action through workshops, seminars, and public assemblies in cities throughout South Africa. The hashtag #Mayenzis Voices Still Rise rapidly circulated across social media networks all over the continent, where survivors could tell their moving stories of valor and pressure legislative bodies to implement laws that would sanction abusers for their actions. In Parliament, members initiated talks on a proposed bill called Protect Our Sisters, which sought stricter sanctions for perpetrators, required counseling sessions, and dynamic advocacy programs funded by convicted rapists. At the same time, firms from major provinces united and contributed resources to finance legal charges connected with families seeking resolution and justice through the judicial system. Unfortunately, it seemed like many accused dodged punishment, due to lack of precedent and non-observance by courts.
The killing of Tshwane University of Technology student Ntokozo Xaba has raised a lot of questions about the safety of students at institutions of higher learning. Xaba's body was found with multiple stab wounds at her off-campus residence in Pretoria Gardens last week. Her ex-boyfriend, junior Blue Bulls player Ngcebo Thusi, stands accused as he was the last person to be seen with her. We'll speak to Commission for Gender Equality CEO Pelisa Nkomo. Thank you so much for your time. You want a meeting with the institution. What questions do you have for them?
As activists outside, on ground, as leaders of the student leaders, we must stand up and fight against this thing. That's why I came out open to say, if you give him a bail, you are going to kill him. That thing got an attention. That's why he denied the bail. Because we are tired that you are killing our sisters, you are killing our mothers, you are killing our children. Where is the future of this country going to be when you kill those people? No, we can't allow it anymore.
Love us? Leave us a positive review or rating. Follow No Tears for Black Girls on social media and No Tears for BG on Twitter. Be blessed, be loved, stay safe.